Since its founding 20 years ago, On Message has beaten 7 incumbent U.S. senators, more than any other agency in politics. The latest to fall, Pennsylvania legend Bob Casey.
Pennsylvania is the center of American politics right now, and it's very complicated to win. It's a little bit East Coast, a little bit Midwest. There are urban areas and some really rural areas. It takes a really special candidate to appeal to a wide enough coalition to win in Pennsylvania right now. Dave McCormick in 2024 was exactly the right candidate. We believe that the first 2 ads of any campaign are really important. The things people see in those first 2 ads are the hooks that they will hang all other information on that they learned during the course of the campaign. We decided the first ad in this campaign was going to be about wrestling. It's something that's a blue-collar sport, and it's very Pennsylvanian. It showed that Dave is a Pennsylvanian in every way.
6 minutes. It's all you get. Sometimes it's all you can take. On the wrestling mat, there's no place to hide. I'm Dave McCormick.
So with the wrestling spot, we wanted to show Dave as the man in the arena, guy who's going to step in the ring alone and fight every single day for Pennsylvanians.
We didn't just make one TV ad. We recorded 2 long-form videos with behind-the-scenes footage. We recorded a radio ad that had a gold medal wrestler, Lou Bannock, who was one of Dave's coaches. We made bumper stickers. We decided to take Dave to wrestling events around the state. A good campaign takes its television ads and moves them beyond the television screen.
We found this incredible gym in Northeast Pennsylvania for Dave to film the wrestling ad in. It was big, it was empty, it was symmetrical, so we could put Dave right in the middle and just let his voice fill up the entire gym.
They're selfish and soft. I'm running for the Senate to make the hard calls.
So on the same day that we shot the wrestling ad, we shot in West Point, New York, right outside of Thayer Gate. We got a permit to be right outside of the military academy, as close as we could, to tell Dave's West Point story. In all these ads, we knew we wanted a big visual, and the gate at West Point is something you'll never forget.
The Thayer Gate represented a threshold for Dave. That was its metaphor. It told us who Dave McCormick was and why he was doing what he was doing.
I walked through this gate as a kid and came out of this gate as an officer.
The imprint of West Point on Dave's character really was the through line for our entire campaign. It told the viewers why he was an America First candidate. It told the viewers how he became a strong-willed person. It told people that he could endure things for a greater good. It really was how we dealt with problems when we had tough days in the campaign. It also was the basis for our contrast with Bob Casey, who was a lot weaker as a politician compared to Dave, who was a strong leader.
To make all this work for the viewer, we had to have Dave at the gate at West Point. So we had to take our crew there. We really don't hesitate to go where the story goes. So that's why for the next ad, we had to head to Yuma, Arizona.
When we were in our concept meeting about our immigration spot, we knew we were going to go to the border, but a lot of campaigns go to the border and a lot of political ads are made there. They're frankly overdone. We knew we had to do something different, so we decided to go to the border at night.
Most border crossings actually happen at night. So it felt way more real and more authentic and even more dangerous to be there at night after the sun went down.
We found a place that we really wanted that was legally accessible, but that had big floodlights that showed the border wall, showed the grittiness of the scene. We couldn't get elevated enough with our own camera, so we used a drone, we took it up, we filmed the sunset, we showed the sun going down over the border wall. Staying out of Mexican airspace was a little tricky. We found the right angle to really show the night transition.
Biden and Bob Casey are too weak to stop it. So we have to stop them. I'm Dave McCormick, and I approve this message.
I think what sets us apart is we take the time to make these big signature ads in a location that tells a full story without even hearing a word.
Other times, where an ad is located is totally irrelevant, and it's all about honest and authentic dialogue. This campaign had a co-star in it. It was Dave's wife, Dina. Dina worked in the Trump White House. She's a rock star in business and, frankly, a celebrity in her own right. We could have made a dozen ads about Dina, but we decided that we would focus on the relationship they have with each other. It kind of reminded me of that old sitcom, Mad About You, with Helen Hunt and Paul Reiser. And that relationship and that spark and that chemistry was really what was behind our ad called 6 to 1.
When we call a family meeting, the first vote's always the same, 6 to 1.
7 to 1.
I want one thing and our 6 daughters want something else, 6 to 1.
And me, 7 to 1.
True. So I've learned to come prepared, to make a really detailed case, and then when necessary, to listen. To listen. In Washington, we need more people who know how to listen, not just argue. That's how we shake things up.
So Senate races are very long. We thought at this point it's best we add in some fresh faces into the ads and into the campaign.
Inflation was a big problem for Bob Casey. The way he dealt with it was he labeled it greedflation or shrinkflation and said that it was the food company's fault. We saw an opportunity in that. Pennsylvania is the snack food capital of the world, and so instead of us fighting back or litigating the charge, we let the workers in the food industry fight Bob Casey.
PA, snack food capital of the world.
Snack food is our job.
The McCormick campaign team was incredible. Matt Gruda, the campaign manager, Mark Harris, the GC, Lizzie Gregory. If we had an idea, they made it happen. We had dozens of cops. We had people David worked with over 20 years ago, and they even found us a plumber who was so real. When you have a campaign team that is fully behind you and fully behind your creative 100%, it makes production so much better.
Let's go. Let's go.
Our campaign had one more co-star, and that was its villain, Kamala Harris. We decided to introduce Bob Casey's weakness in terms of his fealty to Kamala Harris. Every campaign has to capitalize on their opponent's mistakes. Bob Casey couldn't say he disagreed with Kamala Harris on anything, so we kept her front and center of the entire race.
We play Kamala's bad sound bites over and over. And we put Bob Casey right beside her almost like news, because if you meet the voter where they are, they'll trust you. And that's how we stayed on message throughout this entire campaign.
Bob Casey has conceded his Senate race.
Republican Dave McCormick has defeated Democrat Bob Casey.
Today I turn the page. I am focused on serving every single Pennsylvanian with all my energy, everything I've got. Thank you, everybody.